I get up every morning, I look in the mirror and I say, hello, darling, look at you. You made it through another day, my dear. Yes, you did, and you look good, too. Yeah, you woke up like that. Hi, I'm Sheryl Lee Ralph, and I am here to explain it all. The exact moment that I decided to become an actress was probably at birth. My mother always used to tell the story about how when I was born, I came out laughing. And that was during a time when they used to slap babies on their behinds to make sure they were alive and could breathe. And they said I came out in full laughter, so there was no need to check to see if I could breathe. I think that was probably the moment I decided I should be an actress. How did it feel to get the call to do Dina Jones on Broadway? There was no call. It was one day of the longest, grueling audition of my life. Tom Ian had this idea of a girl group. And this girl group was going to be, believe it or not, in the 50s. And they were going to fight racism, sexism. They were going to search for love on their own terms. I happened to walk into the building behind Loretta Devine, who was Loretta Devine at the time. And I remember, my God, I am in the wrong place, because with all of these voices, all of this talent, they are not going to choose me. I stayed all day, and I went in and had my song all prepared to sing. Tom Ian said, no, please, sing something from church. Because that's the way he would say, sing something from church. I sang Ave Maria. And there was stunned silence, because I guess they weren't expecting that. And I was thinking in my head, we're not all Baptists. So, and at the end of a long day, a gentleman came out with a clipboard and notepad and his pen, and he said, I'm going to call some names. You stay. The rest of you ladies, thank you, but today is not your day. And they said, Loretta Devine, Ramona Brooks, and I was getting up to leave, and Sheryl Lee Ralph. And I was stunned to silence, and I took my seat. And that is how I found out I had been cast in Project Number 9 to become DREAMGIRLS, the original Dina Jones. Years later, I would ask Tom, I said, why me? Why did you choose me? And he said, well, I had the one that sang like this. I had the one that sang like this. And then there was you who sang like this. So, just the way I wrote it. And that was that. Little Ave Maria never hurt anybody. You know something, my greatest role models were my mother, my father, my grandmother, my grandfather. They were such wonderful, determined, loving towards me people, and they made me everything that I am and still becoming. I was blessed with wonderful parents, wonderful family. And now I even get to look at my children to be inspired. I look at them and I'm just like, oh, I did that. Look at that. Oh, yeah. When I need advice, I really turn to my husband. He is probably one of the smartest, most intelligent, well-read, insightful, kind, loving people that I know. And he's in many ways my best friend. I love my senator, yes. I always tell people I love politics so much I sleep with it. My husband, State Senator Vincent Hughes from the Keystone State of Pennsylvania. What drew me to Abbott Elementary was its creator, its writer, and our now show star, Quinta Brunson, who may be tiny in stature, but she is so full of intelligence, kindness, warmth, empathy. She is a wonderful human being, and she has literally given me the gift of Mrs. Barbara Howard, the teacher that you will never forget. She might not remember you in 10 years, but you will never forget her and what she meant to your life. What really got me was the fact that I really knew this woman. You know, I've met and seen this woman. I'm related to this woman. You know, my Auntie Carolyn, a lifelong educator, invited the Queen to come and see her school because she believed that even though her students were challenged, they should know royalty. They should be royal. And the Queen came to the school and did this whole presentation about tea. Imagine, now that's the original Sips Tea. My dad breaking the color line as the first black male student, black male teacher in one of the Connecticut school districts. I know what it takes to step up and say, this is my passion, this is my calling, to help mold the minds and hearts of America's children. And this teacher, Barbara Howard, does it with a lot less. You know, there's not the money, there's not the support. Very often there's not the respect that teachers deserve for what they do. In my mind, these are some of the most underrated, underappreciated people in America, and it really must stop. Through every decade of my career, I have been given some role that people will never forget. It is truly amazing and a great gift. And for me to say my absolute favorite, that would be difficult, very difficult. I have an absolute favorite time of my life, but to say the favorite role, I'd be cheating one or two of them. Oh, the favorite time of my life would have had to be doing Dreamgirls on Broadway. It was amazing. You know, you're 23 years old, you've worked hard for these things. It's opening night, you're turning 24 in a week, and amazing things are happening. Anybody who is anybody is coming to the theater to see you and your castmates in this groundbreaking musical. Magazines and people are calling from around the world because for the first time it's like they're really focusing and they can really see Black beauty and accept it. And it was just amazing. And I was so happy to get nominated for a Tony Award, to win all those Tony Awards except for Best Musical. I'll still never understand that. It was truly one of the most magical, wonderful times in my life. And then came the worst. And that was when AIDS hit and everything just changed. Everything just changed. You could be singing and dancing with somebody one night, and the next day they would be struggling for their life because this virus that had no name, it was just called GRID at the time. And GRID just literally blew out the creative flame on Broadway like candles on a birthday cake, and it was horrible. It was horrible the way people stood in judgment and pointed fingers, talking about those gay people. It was something to behold as a young woman, how much people could hate on other people just because of their sexual preference or who they acknowledge themselves to be in life. I am forever stunned at standing witness to what I call such an ugly time in America, and especially for communities of color. There had to be what we now call trusted messengers. There had to be a way to get the flag of awareness out there so that people of color could understand that they too were in danger. And I said, okay, we've got to do something. So I set up Diva because I called a lot of divas. But I made it mean something more. divinely inspired, victoriously alive, aware, awesome, audacious, and if it was Sunday, we would be anointed. And now, some 30-odd years later, we are still raising awareness, but we've opened our umbrella not just around HIV and AIDS. We really consider things like institutional racism. That is a life-threatening disease. Heart disease and women, heart disease and Black women. We need to get more of the message to take care of ourselves. You gotta be diva. You might not wanna be a diva, but go on, you gotta be diva. For anybody who wants to get in politics, please, it is a noble job to want to become a public servant. If you want to play games, if you just want to meet fancy people, don't do it. But if you want to see things change in your community, in your neighborhood, in your city, in your state, in your country, run for office. You can run for librarian. That's an office. You can be on the school board. You can run for school superintendent. There are so many offices out there that need people to run. Get involved anywhere that you can get involved, but I encourage you to follow your passion. If you follow your passion, you will be able to live in your joy. No matter what you do, you got to do the work. If you run for office, you got to meet the people where they are. You've got to know the people. What are their joys? What are their struggles? Then you must serve the people. It is not about serving yourself. I'm married to a politician. I know it is hard work. And if you think you're going to get out there for everybody to tell you, thank you, thank you, thank you, forget about it. There are not a whole lot of thank yous, and you will work 27 hours a day. Now, after all of that, if you still want to get into politics, I'm talking to you. How do I navigate confidence? I love myself. I love me. I'm in a business that is full of the most enormous amount of rejection that you can ever contemplate. I have been too tall, too short, too Black, and not Black enough all in one day. No, 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 no. And with that, you have to know and feel that you are the greatest thing since the internet. You are the greatest thing since sliced bread, not from a state of ego, but from a state of confidence that you belong in this business. You belong here. If not, get out, because none of this is for the faint of heart. You have got to believe, and you've got to especially believe in yourself. I get up every morning, I look in the mirror and I say, hello, darling, look at you. You made it through another day, my dear. Yes, you did. And you look good, too. Yeah, you woke up like that. Oh, I love me. You know something? I don't know if there's anything that I haven't done that I really want. Oh, no. You know what? I want to go visit India. Yeah, I want to visit India. Ooh, Seychelles Islands. Yeah, I want to visit the Seychelles Islands. Now that you're making me think about it, I don't know. We'll see. Oh, you know what I really want to do? I want to produce a period piece of film, a limited series. Yeah, that's something I haven't done that I want to do. I'd like to design the perfect pair of stilettos that you could wear all day and look fabulous. Yeah, that's what I'd like to do. I have that in my head too.
I love that at first you were like, nothing, and then nothing. That's great.
Woo. Realize that you have a voice. And if you don't use it, you will lose it. Practice small. Make some small sounds. Get strong, because most of us with our voice, and we use it well, we use it from our diaphragm. Get in touch with that muscle. Start supporting that voice. Then it's going to become bigger, and you're going to become stronger, and you're going to be able to hold those notes better, and then just let it out. Sing, speak, talk, but let them hear you. You've got a voice. Use it.